Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the July 3rd, 2024 meeting of Chatham's Historic Business District Commission. As soon as our clerk, Sam Stryber, gets through reading the governor's directive concerning these hybrid meetings, we will do a roll call to establish the fact that we do, in fact, have a quorum. Sam, would you please read the directives?
Pursuant to Governor Healy's March 29, 2023 signing of the Acts of 2023 extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Laws 30A, Para 20, until March 31, 2025. This meeting of the Chatham Historic Business District Commission is being conducted in person via remote participation. Every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for in the order. A reminder that people who would like to listen to the meeting while in progress may do so by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410. Conference ID 175670-986 #, or join the meeting online via Microsoft Teams through the link in the posted agenda. While this is a live broadcast and simulcast on Chatham TV, despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide real-time access. We will post a record of this meeting on the town's website as soon as possible. In accordance with town policy, the public can speak to any issue, hearing, or business item on the agenda during the meeting when recognized by the chair.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
Okay, now for the roll call. We have Bob Burns.
Bob Burns,
regular
present.
member. We have our second alternate, I'm sorry, Tim Gilmore.
Tim Gilmore's present.
All right, we have our clerk, Sam Stryber.
Sam Stryber is here.
Regular member, Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan is here.
And Darcy Sequin is not going to be with us today, but we do have a quorum, so. All right, first order of business is going to be reorganization. That is the annual election of our officers. If anybody has two choices, you can either nominate the current slate of officers or name them one by one. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to nominate the current slate of officers.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Doug?
Doug Grattan in favor.
Sam?
Sam Stryber in favor.
Tim Gilmore in favor.
Bob Burns in favor.
And Dan Silver's in favor as well. Thank you. All right. Now, as soon as our clerk, Sam Stryber, reads your application, we ask that you move to one of the podiums on our right, introduce yourself, and give us a brief synopsis of your project, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, we need to do the minutes.
We'll do the minutes.
The minutes.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. We do have the minutes. Got this all reversed. All right, and those are the minutes, as soon as, yeah, we'll approve the minutes of June 5th, 2024. Anybody got any comments? No? Thank you, Doug.
Doug Grattan will make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Thank you, Doug.
Bob Burns second.
Okay. Motion made and seconded. Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
And Dan Silver approves as well. All righty. All right, now we move on to the applications. Sorry about that, folks.
We start with two sign applications. 24-082, Seaview Properties, care of Stephen Post-Kanzer. Application to replace the existing ground sign located at 169 Stony Hill Road. And the Central Permitting Coordinator has determined that the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
All righty. And yes, if you'll introduce yourself.
Hi, yes, I'm Steve Postkanzer, and this is Jennifer Postkanzer, and we're here together to hopefully get our sign approved.
All right, well, let's see what you're up to. What can you tell us?
So basically, we used to have two signs at the property, which was approved by this board however many years ago. It used to be Seaview Properties landscaping sign and a Monomoy fence sign. So we no longer do Monomoy fence, so we are just Seaview Properties landscaping. But our current sign is starting to rot and fall apart, so we would like to replace it with a new sign that would say landscaping and building, but sort of same blue, same white, and
It's a little bit darker blue.
a little bit darker blue.
All righty. Sam, what does this sign coordinator, central permitting coordinator say about the sign? It must be all right.
I just read it.
Did you?
I did, yes,
I
I
wasn't
did.
listening, Sam.
I usually miss it, but this time
That time you get it?
yes.
Okay,
You want
good.
to know something about the area and all that other stuff?
Okay, and I'll tell you what I was thinking about is that Chantel Kilkenny is also with us. She's the Community Development Secretary. You keep us glued together today. All right. Bob?
Just one question, the posts are the same?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions.
I think it's a very nice sign with some of the improvements with the lettering. I think it's very nice, no questions.
Sam?
I have no questions.
Doug?
It looks very nice. A question, is there any lighting on the sign?
No.
No, okay, no questions.
Okay, I have no questions either.
All right, so Doug Grant will make a motion under signs, application 24-082, Seaview Properties, care of Steve Postcanzer, application to replace the existing ground sign located at 169 Stony Hill Road as presented.
Bob Burns, second.
Motion's made and seconded. Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
Tim?
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam?
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
And Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right.
All right, and it's the second sign application, 24-88, Nina's Gallery, care of Nina Gagarin. Application to install a new hanging sign located at 25 Post Office Lane. And the central permitting coordinator has determined that the proposed hanging wall sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Very good. Nina, would you like to take the podium? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And your name is?
Nina Gagarin.
All right, and do you have a brief synopsis for us? Some pictures?
Yeah, I'm opening a gallery at 25 Post Office Square, and it's the same size as the ones near me. It's 2x4. I designed it. It's very simple. It's I'm going to letter it myself. So that's where it's going to go. That thing over my door, it's going to go over the door, which will be moved. I've gotten approval from the it's an alarm company. They're going to move it over a couple of feet, and I'd like to put my sign right over the door. So I guess there's not much else. It's a simple scroll bracket, 44-inch, two sides. And I
Okay.
promise it'll look better than that when I'm finished.
All right. Doug?
Yeah, nice looking sign. Is there any lighting on the sign?
No.
Okay. No, it's a very nice sign. No more questions.
Okay, Sam?
You have a sign out on Main Street, don't you? A hanging sign
I don't have a sign on the ladder sign.
or, okay.
That should all be replaced at some point because it looks awful. So at some point, I'll probably come back, I don't need one right now, but we may come back and address that. I don't have one on the street, I don't need one there.
Is it a sign like this, or is it gonna be?
I don't have a sign on the street.
This what?
I don't have a sign on the street, this will be the only sign I have,
This will be the only sign?
yes.
Okay.
Until we replace the one on Post Office, the one needs to be done.
Are you gonna have it professionally made so that it's not hand lettered like this?
I hope so.
Oh, you hope so.
No, I will make sure it's done right.
Okay, I mean, it's just
I'm gonna letter it.
lining up the tops and,
Oh, I'll make sure it looks okay,
but if you're gonna do it by hand,
yes.
it's,
I Yeah, I've done
So,
lettering a long time,
Okay,
so I'll make sure it looks good.
all right.
She originally had the Chatham Sign Shop.
I started that when I was 23.
What?
She had the Chatham Sign Shop. She started it.
Oh,
I was 23, I was a kid.
you're still a kid.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right. Tim?
Just one question. What's the sign made out of?
It's MDF.
No further questions.
I think the sign looks fine. I like the color. It matches, blends in well with the awning.
Thank
No
you.
further questions. Thank you.
Okay, I have no issues with it whatsoever.
Okay, so Doug Grant will make a motion on the signs, application 24-088, Nina's Gallery, care of Nina Gagarin. Application to install a new hanging sign located at 25 Post Office Lane as presented.
Bob Burns, second.
Motion made and seconded. Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam?
Sam Stryver approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Dan Silver approves as well. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Good luck there.
Thanks.
Okay. So now we're in additions and alterations. Continued hearing, additions and alterations. 24-075, Chatham Inn Partners, LLC, care of William F. Riley Esquire. Application to construct an addition to the structure located at 359 Main Street, continued from June 5th, 2024.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Happy 4th of July.
And a safe and happy one for you, too.
Our architect, Jim Owens, is online here. And when we last met, the board had some comments regarding the addition of a third level. In particular, he talked about reducing the height of the plate line. So our third level windows now project a little bit above that. I think he also wanted, one comment was he wanted the windows to all look the same, which I think we've accomplished that as well. So I'd asked Jim to run through the changes he made in accordance with the conversation we had with you at last meeting.
Yes, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, yeah.
So yes, so I think some of the concerns were the vertical face along the front of the building there with the addition of the third floor front wall. So we kind of did a few things to try and minimize that, and based on some suggestions from last meeting. One of those was to take the third floor eave line between the wall and the roof at that eave and try and push that down so that front wall wasn't quite as tall. So we were able to manage that about, it wasn't much, but it was 6-7 inches. We were able to push that down. The other element that we dealt with was the vertical front wall on the third floor, and what we did is we tipped that wall back 10 degrees so that it's not completely vertical and in line with the first 2 stories of the building. So it kind of has an effect of kind of falling away from you, so it's not as prominent. And the other element that we incorporated was the dormers, the gable dormers for each of these windows for the guest rooms. So that kind of helps break up that horizontal line that new eave created and helps to kind of, make it a little softer transition above the roof line and kind of help break that up. The other item that we did, the other element that we did is we reduced the number of windows. So we brought those back so that they're in line with the first and second floor windows. And you can see on that elevation that they're, when we eliminated basically one window on either side of the existing gable there. And the other element that we used to try and kind of soften and minimize that third floor was to, change that siding material so that it, wasn't more of a continuation of the first and second floor clapboard siding. So it would be, currently it's proposed to be a shape, naturally weathered, which is the same material on the sides and the back of the inn now. And that's pretty much the big strokes that we did to try and address the concerns from our last meeting.
And organize the drawings, which was very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought he did a
Yes,
good job,
yes.
yeah. Yeah, we unshadowed the first floor, or the second floor.
All right, Bob, any thoughts?
Just question, Chantal, can you pull up the front from the last meeting? Do you have that picture?
Oh, we just added there.
Oh, which,
His first,
the original one that we saw last week?
his first slide, I think,
Let me
was
see.
that,
Oh,
wasn't it?
okay.
Oh, no, it was existing conditions, I take it back. This is Dave Crosby, our builder.
Now, the one with the windows that we had questions about would be the proposed from last week, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Would have been the front. No,
That's existing conditions. Jim, are you still here?
I am.
Can you pull up the original design of the north elevation?
Don't know if I'll be able to share it with you guys.
Will somebody allow him to share the screen?
Let's see.
That might not happen, Bob. Is there another question?
no, I just want just the front, and I think what I hear is good news, but I'd like to see it, so if we can't. But I think the windows line up, these are some of our concerns, so from what I hear, it sounds pretty good. That wasn't,
Yeah, I'm more concerned about what I see now, Bob. You know?
okay, well, what I see now, I like.
Yeah. Jim?
I think the new design integrates well with the number of windows, and I like the new design. I think it's historically blends in well, and I appreciate the redesign. No further questions.
Okay. Sam?
I noticed that you've lined up the windows.
Right,
So-
Jim,
so
Jim
that's-
mentioned that, yeah.
That's a huge improvement. It doesn't make the third floor look like it was done later. Now it looks like it's all was done at the same time. That's very important. I'm curious about the wall height at the north side of the bedrooms, inside. Because you've made the eave line about a foot taller than the bottom of the gable end of the gable dormers. And I'm just curious whether that couldn't be lined up or moved closer so that it looks like it's related.
I'm a little confused. Say that again? In
The
layman's
eave
terms,
line
so a lawyer can
in the
understand.
elevation,
Yeah.
the the line of the main roof
Yes,
is about a foot higher than the bottom of the dormer's gable roof.
yes.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, that was done, again, to try and break that line and give a little variation across that that level line.
Well, it also adds height to the rooms inside, I recognize that. But it
Yeah,
would give
it
it
actually-
would give you a steeper pitch if you could bring it down. And I just wondered how bad it, you know, how high you have it now, and whether there's any room for it to come down a little.
I think he's asking about the inside height of the wall,
Yeah.
Jim.
So that wall that's been, then, the canted wall, the height at that sloped wall or whatever is 7'3". And then in those dormers, we're able to get up to our 8-foot ceiling. So that ceiling that's over the dormer actually is flat with the back part of the guest room away from the front wall. But it's about 7'3" on that front wall between the dormers.
Okay. Well, that's about I mean, you could go to 7 feet, but for those 3 inches, 7'3" would, I think this is acceptable.
Doug?
So, that's all I have.
I think it's outstanding, looks spectacular, it's gonna look really nice on Main Street, so I have no more questions.
Yeah, 7'3" is 1950s wall height. Ceiling height.
I know.
I think
Believe
if
me,
it- I think if-
we're not charging 1950s prices, so it's a struggle here.
I think they've addressed all of our concerns very, very well. I'm sorry that Darcy's not here, because the plans really look much better, too. I mean, aesthetically, the plans look better.
Yeah, I
And the
agree.
design is better.
I agree.
All right, go for it, Doug.
All right, so Doug Grant will make a motion under continued hearings, additions/alterations. Application 24-075, Chatham Inn Partners LLC, care of William F. Riley Esquire. Application to construct an addition to the structure located at 359 Main Street, continued from June 5th, 2024, as presented.
Burns, second.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Bob?
Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you, good job.
Thank you very much.
Really good job, and thank you for listening.
Oh,
Thank you.
all ears, Dan.
Okay, I hadn't noticed that before, Bill, but now that you mention it. All right, Sam.
Okay. So now we're on new additions and alterations applications. 24-81, Dumitru Babes Deal, care of Freedom Forever LLC. Application to install 20 solar panels on the structure located at 2236 Main Street.
All right, do we have the applicant or the representative here? They're online?
Hi,
Hello,
Hi, can you hear me okay?
and you introduce yourself? Sure, we can hear you great.
Okay, good. I'm Katie, I'm with Freedom Forever Solar, and I'm representing the solar installation for 2236 Main Street. So what we're looking to propose is 20 panels on the house. It would be 15 panels facing the front. It would be 5 panels on the back of the house. This right now is the best for production for the homeowner. The panels are black on black, and the total of area of the panels would be 433.15 square feet. So any additional questions you have?
All right, do you have a roof diagram showing where the panels are proposed to be?
If you go to the plans, it's PV2 and PV2A, and then I also have them in a photo. I think that was page, yeah, that's just a little diagram. It's just what it could look like from above. But then the actual measurements would be on the plans, and that's PV2 and PV2A. So one more up. Perfect. So you
Okay.
see those 15 panels are facing the road, and then the other 5 panels are facing the back of the road. Most of the house is blocked by trees from the street, but you can see a little bit where the driveway is.
All righty, thank you.
You're
Doug?
welcome.
Looks pretty straightforward. I don't have any questions.
Bob?
The conduit runs down by the driveway, is that correct?
Correct, correct.
And the color of that conduit?
The color, let me check really quick. It's usually light. It would match the side of the house.
It'll match?
Yeah.
Okay, no further questions?
I don't have an actual color written down, but they're light in color.
So it will match the, whatever's the trim on the side?
Yeah, it should match also the other wires that you see. It should be about the same as that as well.
Okay, no further questions?
Okay. Perfect.
Tim?
No questions.
Sam?
I'm just trying to get clear with the project. I was trying to figure out why there are 15 on one side and 5 on the other. And it has to do with the south-facing.
Correct. Correct. It's
All right,
more
I have
production
no
and it's better.
questions.
Okay, great.
Too much information.
Do these,
You asked me, it's Dan's turn. I already,
do these have a border on them? Is it black or silver?
So
or-
everything's black. It's black on black on black on black. So all you see is the color black.
Okay, all righty.
Even if you, the racking we use, you won't really see them from that kind of angle, but that's black. Everything's black.
Okay,
okay, so in addition slash alterations, application 24-081, Dimitri Babes Deal, care of Freedom Forever LLC, application to install 20 solar panels on the structure located at 223 Main Street as presented.
Bob Burns, second.
motion made and seconded. Doug?
Doug Ratton approves?
Sam?
Sam Stryber approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Bob Burns approves.
Dan Silver approves as well. All right,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, Sam, my next
I'm
one. Okay,
good.
when you get that ready.
Application 24-83, Valerie Plaster, care of Stello Construction. Application to install a new door, steps, and lighting, and relocate the existing AC condenser located on 32 Bierce's Byway.
Are we on? Yes, we are online, okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Sir,
Oh, I'm looking at who we got here?
Well, they asked me
Yes,
to come.
ma'am, I'm sorry.
So there's a window in my house that I'm wanting to replace with a door.
All right, and what about the air conditioner?
Well, I want to make sure that you have where it's going to correctly be moved to.
I believe we do.
Okay.
All right, and who is with you today?
My husband.
Hi, this is Scott.
Oh,
Morris,
I'm
Stellar
sorry, and
Construction.
the builder.
Good afternoon, sir. If you introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. Scott Morris, Stellar Construction.
All righty. All right, Bob, do you have any questions?
I just, so, the AC unit's gonna go, okay, over, so there's a deck in the back. It'll go off the back deck, so it's gonna move from under the window.
Correct.
There's gonna be a step, and then there's gonna be, what kind of door? It's gonna be,
It's a pine Dutch door.
and is that gonna match the other door pretty much?
It's going to be white in color.
White, the other door is
I believe it's white as well. So you're going to
White.
match the trim.
a red, white, it's white,
Yes, sir.
okay, all right. No further questions?
No questions.
All right, no, I have no questions either.
I'm a little confused as to I understand about the A1, and that's very clear, and the photograph supports that. But the picture of the house, what's going to change on this picture of the house? Nothing.
You're actually looking at the front of the house. We need to go to the back. Sorry about that. It needs to be the back. That's the side. One more, I think.
So what
There you go.
about
That window, the window to the left.
That's gonna become a door.
Oh, is that, oh, yeah, well, okay, that's just, and what's the picture of the other side of the house with the plantings? Yeah.
That was that was my understanding of where we were trying to reload the air conditioning compressor to. But it was brought to my attention that that was incorrect, and it's gonna go over by the deck as it was mentioned earlier.
Uh-huh. All right, I have no further questions.
And I have no questions whatsoever.
I have no questions either. All right, so under additions / alterations, application 24-083, Valerie Plaster, care of Stello Construction. Application to install a new door, steps, lighting, and recoat the existing AC condenser located at 32 Burses Byway as presented.
Bob Burns, second.
Motion made and seconded, Bob,
Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam,
Sam Stravert approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
and Dan Silver approves. Alrighty,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Happy 4th, everyone. Thank you.
Take care now.
Okay, next application is 24-84, the Hessian Family Trust, care of HSO Construction LLC. Application to replace the picture window on the structure located at 29 Collins Lane.
Do we have
I'm
anybody?
Charity
Oh, there you are.
Spezza-Golson,
Jeez,
representing HSO Contracting and the Hessian family.
thank you. Everybody's skulking around on me today. What can you tell us about this?
What I can tell you is it's just an exact replacement of that same window. So it'll look exactly the same, it just will be a new window.
Oh. Okay. Doug?
Very straightforward. I have no questions.
Bob?
Window looks pretty good the way it is, but I guess.
Yeah, pictures do a lot. If you look closely though,
Not so good.
the owner wants it replaced.
Okay, no further questions.
Okay, Tim?
No questions.
Tim?
So there'll be two double hungs
Yep.
and
Exactly, same specs.
but they won't be gray.
It won't be what?
Gray.
Gray?
It's like the sash, or is that the,
I think it's shadowing,
is that the screen?
yeah. It's all white,
Oh, it's all white.
yeah.
Okay, it's just dirty.
No, I think it's the screens and the lighting.
Okay, I have no further questions.
Okay, and I have no questions whatsoever. All right, Doug?
Okay, so Doug Grattan will make a motion to add, under additions / alterations, application 24-084, the Heston Family Trust, care of HSO Construction LLC. Application to replace the picture window on the structure located at 29 Collins Lane as presented.
Bob Burns, second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Doug?
Doug Grattan approves.
Sam?
Sam Stryver approves.
Tim?
Tim Gilmore approves.
Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
24, now we're on application 24-87, the Chatham Manor LLC, care of Eastwood Companies, application to alter the structure located at 791 Main Street.
Mr. Chairman, I need to recuse myself from this application.
Certainly, Doug. Yeah, understandable. Looks like Susan's gonna take over.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
No, louder.
well,
Okay, I'll speak louder.
There we go.
All right, wonderful. So I've submitted a package we were calling it a modification to the certificate of appropriateness that the commission issued on June 5th, 2024 to basically replace the demolished historic section of the building. In the meantime, we met with Doug and Tracy Gratton, the owners of the property at the Chatham Manor, and they would like to make some alterations to that building. So that's what we are here before you with now. So I'm going to just kind of skip over. You've got a lengthy package from us. The application history, I'll just move through that and go right to the modification proposal. And if you want to take a look, either follow along in my narrative letter to you or the proposed plans, I think might be a little bit better, but I'll start now. The modification proposal, the Grattons would like to make the following changes to the existing or / remaining building and building replacement plans, which they feel will simplify the look of the building so that it appears to be more in keeping with the traditional Greek Revival structure. The building will be less busy and will be more functional for the apartments in units 1 and 3 and the retail / office use in unit 2. No changes are proposed to the footprint of the building. And just so you know, we did get a building permit for that new foundation, and we'll be starting that next week. The attached revised plan set propose the following changes. The front elevation, if you want to take a look at that, the elevation plans show what was existing or is existing on the bottom of each sheet, and the proposed is on the upper part of each sheet so that you can compare them. Front elevation, remove the existing cupola, which was a 1999 building addition, from the rear section and add a new roof liner bridge, which creates new interior headroom in the existing living space of Unit 3. Yep, that's it. Thank you. Add 2 dormers to the front Greek Revival replacement section on the east and west sides of the roof to create more headroom and natural light or ventilation in the second floor of Unit 1. And if we go to the back elevation, as shown on the front elevation plan, the existing cupola will be removed, and that's what you see there in that top elevation. And the roof liner ridge will be extended across the rear building section. The original deck on the rear of the building, which was previously removed after the fire, will be replaced with a simplified stair system and landing to serve Unit 3. The rear slider unit on Unit 3 will be removed and replaced with a dormer addition to this rear section. The dormer will include 4 double-hung windows, 2 2-unit sets. First floor exterior door to Unit 1 is being relocated or swapped with the casement window to the new powder room. And I did include floor plans if you had questions about the functionality of the space. First floor casement windows of Unit 1 are being eliminated to create cabinet space for a reconfigured kitchen. 2 double-hung window unit at second floor of Unit 1 will be replaced with a single double-hung window unit. 2 new dormers to replace the Greek Revival building section can be seen on this elevation, just what I mentioned in the front elevation. So if we go to the right elevation of the building, existing cupola to be removed from the rear building section. Again, you'll see that change. 1 new casement window has been added on the first floor over the sink in the new kitchen of Unit 1. The new dormer on the second floor west side of Unit 1 is shown with the 4 awning windows. The existing skylight will be removed on Unit 3 roof. Roof ridge is extended to meet new ridge across the rear of the building where cupola will be removed. The deck was removed and will be replaced with a new set of stairs and landing to Unit 3 exterior door. The slider unit will be removed and replaced with 2 double-hung windows in Unit 3. And on to the left elevation, the existing cupola and deck to be removed. You'll see that from the rear section of the building. Roof ridge is extended to meet the new ridge across the ridge of the building where cupola will be removed. New dormer on second floor east side of Unit 1 is shown and includes awning windows. And the new exterior door to Unit 2 will replace existing exterior door. And I'll just go through the details of the items that are being affected. The exterior color, siding material, and trim, replacement of the cedar clapboard on the front of the main section of building with 4 inches to weather, painted white, and that's that main section that had been demolished and will be rebuilt. The remainder of the house, the sides and the rear, will be white cedar shingle with bleaching oil. Existing trim to be replaced with AZEK painted white. And just for a little bit more detail that I didn't include, as far as I know you like to have the information on that. As far as that front, I don't know if Chantel can go back to that. The front, there's a rendering at the back of the package, and if you see the front, right at the very end, I think it might, one of the last sheets. Thank you. When you look at that front of the building there, it's a color sort of rendering of each side. The AZEK for the crown molding will be 2 1/8 inch, and AZEK 1x8 fascia board, and then AZEK 1x8 freeze board, and down the corner board, that will be AZEK 1x8, AZEK historic ram's head above the windows, and then 5/4 inch by 4 inch casing and apron, and on the window, and then an AZEK historic sill. And I'll go on to shutters. We'll have black vinyl louvered shutters on the front elevation of the main section of the building, similar to what was existing. The roof color material, CertainTeed architectural asphalt shingles to replace existing, which are black or charcoal, and I did submit that color, or the shingle color, so you could see that. Front covered porch and rear deck and stairs will be slate gray AZEK. The front porch columns, white composite to replace existing. Rear deck railing, decorative railing as shown, white composite. And I did submit a photo of another house that we did with the same railing. Windows, if being replaced, new windows will be Anderson 400 series with applied exterior grills throughout the building. And I did submit cut sheets, so you'll see the details of those. The front door will be replaced Therma-Tru 12 light with panel below, which will be red, and there's a cut sheet and photo attached of 720 Main Street, which the Grattan's office building down the street with the same red door, and all the other exterior doors on units 1 and 3. Those will be 9 light with panel below, similar to front door, and those will be painted red also. Unit 2 exterior door, Therma-Tru solid insulated panels will be red. The foundation will be poured concrete, and the exterior light fixtures will be onion lights, which are typical of what we put on our houses, but I've included a photo. Again, we appreciate the Commission's consideration of the modification request, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. I don't know if you did all that with one breath or not.
Almost.
Bob?
Susan, the cupola goes, and it looks cleaner without these decks. It looks streamlined. So I think it looks good. So I have no further questions.
Jim?
No questions.
Sam?
So, Sue, I'm struggling a little bit with these tiny images that have no legible writing on them. So I don't know, in the case of the double elevations, the lower elevation is what you had planned to do before the demolition. And the upper one is what you're going to do now.
Yes.
So we lose all these decks on the back and we just have one long stair going up.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. One simplified stair system to that unit instead of all the mishmash of decks and railings and stairway. Yes.
Okay. And the cupola, why did you eliminate the cupola?
I think that I can't answer exactly for the Grattans about that. I think it just, as far as function, it didn't function well. I'm not sure how it was affected by the fire, so to speak, but I think as I started with my letter, my narrative, they really wanted to add headroom to that living space in that unit, and the best way to do that was to remove that cupola, which I think was added in 1999, and just extend that ridge straight across. It just made more sense. And then to do windows, since there was not going to be a deck replacement there.
Right.
I think is the simple answer for that.
I can speak if you'd like.
Yes,
Oh.
Doug, we have Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan, I'm the owner of 791 Main Street. And so the main problem with the cupola, well, there are several things. That deck you see there was actually a metal spiral staircase going from one of the decks up to there that was just rotted and unsafe, so we removed that when we purchased the property. That deck that you see there where around the cupola was a flat rubber roof that was leaking continuously, and we tried 3 times to stop that, and we just didn't have any luck. And so with the issuance of the water and what was happening here, we thought we'd streamline the look of the building, eliminate the cupola, have one ridge line, and just make it neat and clean, since there's going to be no deck in the back, no spiral staircase going up there, and no need for the cupola. So that's why we decided it would be best to eliminate that and just make it a straight roof line.
Any further questions?
I sort of like that cupola. I think cupolas are nice, despite what the zoning board of appeals feels.
I'm a big fan of cupolas as well, but again, the water and the mold that we had to deal with, and it was an ongoing process. It wasn't a regular cupola, Sam. It was built, like, as you can see, there's 2 sections of roof and the cupola in the front, and, so, I would have no problem with putting a regular cupola on the top of the building that was just sat on top of the roof, if the board would like that, with a copper roof or something, versus what was, this had 8 windows around it that were regular Anderson double hung, that they didn't leak, but all the rest of the structure around it did leak, so.
Was it because it was set in a flat roof, or?
It was set on a flat roof, and it was just, we tried several attempts and we just couldn't stop it, so to save some, aggravation down the road, we eliminated that, but if you'd like a cupola on top of that, I don't know what the height thing is, but, it's,
I understand.
No, I'm glad to see the cupola gone. That was
Okay.
the most awkward part of
Yeah,
that.
it was very peculiar.
I mean, you look at it and it's like a saddle behind it, it's like, it makes no sense whatsoever.
And the design Eastwood came up with
It's
is so
clean the way it
streamlined,
is
yeah.
now, yeah.
So it looks, to me, it
I
looks
mean,
much
I'm not
better.
opposed to cupolas, but the way that's attached to the building is awkward beyond
Yeah.
belief.
I agree.
And so, I think you did a wonderful job, Sue, on it, considering what, what's left. Yeah, no, I think you gathered up the pieces there very well. And I think cleaning that up really works well. The only concern I had at first was when I looked at the pictures, the renderings you had, was at the backside. So I'm not really that concerned, but you got, I don't know, almost looks like a 3-story wall.
Well, our thoughts are, we don't have it on the plan, but with some landscaping and such will soften the look
Yeah.
of it, so.
I'm not, I mean, it's a big wall.
Yeah, it
but-
is.
But it's the backside, so I'm not concerned.
Yeah.
Plus, you've cleaned up all the stairs and everything, so, yep, very good, excellent.
Okay.
All right, Tim,
No further questions.
it's up to you, Tim.
Tim Gilmore has no questions.
No, it's up to you. You want to make a motion?
Oh. I'd like to make a motion under additions, alterations, 24-087, the Chatham Manor LLC, care of Eastwood Companies, application to alter the structure located at 791 Main Street.
Bob Burns, second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam?
Sam Stryver approves.
And Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you, Sue.
All right, thank you. Happy
Thank you.
4th, everyone.
Okay, so now,
Come back from, what is it? Where are you? Where's she? Vermont? Yeah. All right. So what do we got now? We got some,
administrative approval
yes.
exemption, 24-85. Frank Shealy, application to replace the shingles on the front portion of the structure located at 35-37 Stage Harbor Road.
all right, do we have anybody?
You have a photograph for us?
Who went out there, Chantel, do you know? It doesn't really matter, signing, so,
Oh,
This was seen by Tim and Doug.
okay. All right, Tim, you want to make a
And-
motion?
Tim Gilmore will make a motion under administrative approval exemption 24-085 Frank Shealy, application to replace the shingles on the front portion of the structure located at 35 to 37 Stage Harbor Road.
Bob Burns, second.
so he's replacing them in kind, right?
In like kind.
Yeah.
Okay. Motion is made and seconded. Bob?
Bob Burns approves.
Tim?
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam?
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Dan Silver approves as well.
24-86, Marjorie A. Hearn, care of Cazot Roofing Incorporated. Application to replace the shingles on the front and left side of the structure located at 25 Post Office Lane.
So I was there.
Any member can speak up for one out there. Did you go, Bob?
I went, and it's like for like.
Okay. All right, that's good enough for me.
Like, it's,
Should I make a motion?
Doug? Yeah.
So Doug Grant will make a motion under administrative approval / exemption, application 24-086, Marjorie Hearn, care of Cazalt Roofing, Inc., application to replace the shingles on the front side of the structure located at 25 Post Office Lane as presented.
Bob Burns, second. I can't
Motion
second.
made and seconded. Bob?
Tim Gilmore was second.
Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Dan Silver approves as well. Now, before we do, are you ready to adjourn?
I'm ready to adjourn.
Wait a minute, I'd just like to wish everybody out there, before we do adjourn, a safe and healthy 4th of July.
Excellent.
There you go.
Doug Grattan will make a motion to adjourn.
Tim Gilmore was second.
Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you.
Thank you.